Alright, so let's do the other eye. Tap it off real good and look up. Meaning hold the mirror up so that you can make sure you're getting right on that lash line. And it also helps with fallout. To just go right, stay really close to the lash line. Again, that did very, very well. And I'm going to just stamp what's left over in the lash area. And maybe a little of the outer V. And I'm done. Bye. I might blend this outer area a little better. That didn't blend very good. Let me blend. I'm not paying attention because I'm in a hurry. Alright, and then I am going to use a liner. Y'all know I always do this. It's not very professional, but I use the meaty part of the hand and just kind of blend that out. And if it leaves anything, then I use my makeup wipe to get it off my hands. But it's just a good way to make sure that besides blending with a brush, you just make sure that there's all this color right here is diffused. Okay, and I'm going to use my DHC Liquid Eyeliner EX, which I absolutely adore, and there is no better in the whole wide world. Alright, so I'm going to come in with a little flick. A backwards flick, I guess you would say. And just look how good this brush is, y'all. It's so tiny, but it's not a felt liner. It's an actual brush, and it is so thin. If you wanted to make like a thick Marilyn Monroe look, you could easily build this, but I just like to have a nice thin line right on my lash line. Now, if I mess up the coverage, see there's a little space right there, just because my skin moved, because it's older, it wrinkles. And you can always go back with the tip and fix it. Look at that. I look like ridiculous. Alright, I don't know if it makes any difference, but I always do that. I hear it mix. There's little beads in there, so I'm again going to put my hand at an angle. Remember, for older ladies, don't go right here, because that's where the hood will drop down. Go right in the middle of the hood, like this. Like that. And see how I didn't do it? There. Again, because my skin's loosened, it's not taut and tight like when I was 20. You have to kind of go, it didn't pull right, and so I had to go back and fill that in. How many people can talk while they do eyeliner? I can talk while I do anything. I know there's some people out there who know me in person who are going, yes, Beth, you can. You can talk doing anything. Alright, that's pretty good. Alright, so, now my liner's done. Now, I will tell you, did I bring up? I'm getting rid of those, I'm telling you. I will use, what am I going to use? A fan brush. I'm going to actually use these brushes. Alright, because I do have a little bit of fallout, and don't ever rub it, just fan it off. Just fan it off. It's a little on my nosy, a little under the eyes. And that's what fan brushes are good for besides highlighting. Just getting stuff off your skin. And I'm going to wipe that off just because it's really cute. I love those brushes. Okay, so what is my first take on this? What do y'all think? I am a fan. I'm a huge fan of this product. ThriveCausmetics.com. This is palette number 1. I'm sure number 2 will be a cool palette. I'll have to go out there and look. And again, it's a really nice size. Okay. Now, because I got to complete the look, and if time runs out on this, that's okay. I'm going to go right back to using this mirror, though. Hello. There. I got to do my eyelash color. Okay, so I put it down on the lid, which will pop the lashes right up, and then clamp. And this will give you your L position lash, meaning it will bend straight up. So if you want to get it more curly after you've held it for a few seconds, and when I say a few seconds, I do like a lot of seconds. Most people do like jink, jink, and they're done. I'm like, no, I'm going to sit here and like bend this, and I'm kind of, if you'll see, bouncing it, see my finger? Just kind of tightening it, and then I'm going to let it out a little bit and curl it about halfway down the lash towards the socket. See how I've lifted my elbow? And that's going to give it more of a C imprint than just the L, okay? It's going to give it more of a curl. I don't need to hold it as long. Back over here. And today the mascara that I'm going to be using is an Old Faithful I decided to try again, and that is the L'Oreal Voluminous Carbon Black Waterproof Mascara. I used to have crumbing with this, but sometimes crumbing, little crumbs that drop down, come from where it's just getting dried out. It may not be the formula. It just may be old mascara. And I'm letting half of it out. Now I'm curling it up. See the elbows up. Back towards the socket. I don't have to hold it. Whoa, I don't have to hold it as long. Now here's a very important point about having your little makeup wipe. This is one of the last things you can do with your makeup wipe is clean your, look how much came off. Because you just put that down on a bunch of eyeliner, and sometimes this does take some of the liner off. That's the only thing. You may want to reapply your liner, but now your lashes are all curls. I don't know. It's up to you. But anyway, so I'm going to use this. And don't go in and out. That takes air down in it. Go round and round. Just swirl it around in the, did you hear that nice? That means there's a lot of moist mascara in there. This should not do any crumbing at all. So we're going to see. I'm giving this another chance again. This is an Old Faithful. Back in the day. I'd like to see, since it's drugstore, much easier to get than my Chanel. And a lot less expensive. But my Chanel Inimitable Waterproof Mascara is still the best of all the rest. It just is. Okay, this is done pretty good. First pass. I do kind of close my eyes as I go down, and the reason is because my lashes, they're not long, but since they've been bent, they look long. And they will, you know, hit the top part of my creased brow bone area, because now they're bent back, so they're longer. Tip out the ends first. Make sure you got good coverage on the ends, and then come through. I usually start on the outer, and remember, towards the ear, because you want a nice fanned effect of your lashes. Then up, and then straight up in the middle, of course. And then as you get over to the tight inner corner, pulling it towards your nose. And then back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And you can do a second coat, which y'all know I always will. Where are we on time? Because that's the first coat. That's the first coat. Look, where are we? I can't even see. We are so over. These are so dirty. Ugh. I'll have to use one of my wipes. I use these little lens wipes. They're actually for my camera, but they're great for using for your glasses as well. And they're a nice little package. You can keep a few in your purse in case something gets on your whatever glasses. All right, so I'm going to tip these out again, just because I want a real heavy look today. This isn't that heavy, though, I'm noticing. It's good. Here's the only thing about this particular wand is it is a spoolie brush, whereas the little teeth on the Chanel one are more like a comb, and it's easier to comb out the lashes. Chanel, one of my Chanel one is okay. And now just using the tip end of the wand, which some manufacturers and beauty people finally figured this out after me doing this for however many years I've been alive and doing makeup since I was 2 years old. That you use the end of the wand to actually tip out the ends, especially at the lower lashes. So some people have come out with a wand that has a prickly end with little tips, little combs on the tip end, so it's easier. I don't know that that really helped that much, though. It may just be a gimmick, or they may be trying to help us chicks. Who knows? Oh my gosh, I just got so much mascara in my bangs. Did y'all see that? Ridiculous. I should have pulled them back. And again, I'm going over it, and now I'm tipping out the lower lash, getting those little ends. I need to hurry and get that off my bangs, or I'm going to have little black tipped bangs. Here we go. Oops, nope, didn't get it off. And I think I also got it over there. Did I? Okay, so let's get the bangs out of the way. And there's my look. I may do a third pass, Just for fun. And not just for fun. I'll tell you why. I don't feel like this had enough good coverage. I don't feel like the wine's well loaded with product. It may just be the way the barrel is on this tube. Or that it's new, because you know sometimes if some air gets in there, it actually does make it dry out enough that it's not so wet. I mean, it's not so wet that it's hitting anywhere, but it's so wet that I feel like I'm not getting good traction on my lashes. I'm not getting a lot of extra product to sit on the lash. Here's one on that big old lash. Okay, let's try that again. How's that? Okay, and we're going to do this one more time over here. I could have easily gone without doing this last one, but I'm glad I did because it definitely looks more defined. And because you're adding coat upon coat, it does make my lashes look thicker and longer. Because you're just building on the end of the mascara that was already there. It's not magic like they want you to believe. You're just building up excess product, which is what you really want to do, to add to hairs you don't have, or length you don't have, or volume you don't have. That's what makeup's for. Is to give you something you don't have. If you want it. You don't have to have it. Now, I am going to be finished. So, if this should cut off before I can clean my little glasses, then this is how I look. This is how I look for the day. And look, there's my new little CZ bracelets. I love them. Aren't they pretty? I like them. I got those from Banana Republic. And you know the other ones were from Home Shopping Network. I think it was, and Naudry, which I got at Dillard's. Yeah, none of that's real. If it were, I wouldn't even have to work for a living because that'd be like a $100,000 diamond bracelet. Which if you're wearing that, why are you working?